can guess that they're going to win, but I can't discern any coherent tactics that are going to get the team to victory.
That's right, yeah.
So they're slaughtering us at the front, but we can just come in and slaughter them from behind.
Precisely. Caroline, that's some good generally.
Thank you.
I want to see if those troops are actually engaged.
As the battle has progressed, Caroline has become increasingly assertive.
Oh, look at that. There we go. There we go. So the javelins are going into that phalanx. That phalanx has got Romans to the front, Romans to the rear.
The Romans have withdrawn.
And the Romans have withdrawn. So now that phalanx... there we go.
That's what they should be doing. They've got the flexibility to do that.
Guys, this lot, they need to get in. They need to stop standing there.
Victory.
Hey, that's a very good sign.
What's going over there?
We won! Not yet.
Not yet.
Let's keep going.
Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
So they've done, the team have beaten up a lot of the Macedonian army, but they've done it terribly messily.
Can we close quickly, please? On the... Those troops aren't fighting.
In the middle.
Yeah, these troops.
There's
They're doing nothing.
The Macedonians are beginning to crumble.
Unfortunately, the cultural difference that divides their fighting styles also extends to surrendering. Now, once the Romans have got round the flank or the rear of the phalanx, the pikemen are helpless. So they can't fight anymore. They're professional soldiers, they've done their bit and earned their money, but now they can't do any more. Now, being professional Greeks, they decide it's time to quit. Now, Arik, be a pikeman and show us how this is done. There he is, his 21-foot sarissa firmly held in both hands, stretching out in front of him. Now, to surrender, he raises that to the march position, straight upright. It's a heavy weapon, he can't swing it round quickly, he can't do anything to harm me now. As far as he's concerned, it's like raising your hands today. It shows that you're no longer a threat. The problem is that he's a civilized Greek, and he understands that. The Romans come from a completely different military culture. They see an enemy who's just rendered himself helpless, and as far as they're concerned, that's the best time to kill him. So he's just standing there, and the Romans come up and jab to the throat, or underneath the corselet into the stomach.
Ruth.
Yeah?
Now, who are these troops? Okay, you've got moving now, fine.
They're mine.
You are victorious.
Everybody back to the tables. Captains, come back up to the table. Shock for you. Back to the table. Team.
Hello, girls.
That was... Perfect is not the word that I think you'll find the experts use. That was the most chaotic, random approach to a battle
Look, we
I've
had
ever
logic.
witnessed.
We're women, you see. There was logic to it.
So I think what happened is maybe you used your skirmish well. I know you got slaughtered in it, but you used it well. You realised the importance of communication, and it worked. You won. I still can't quite believe... There were a few moments. I mean, your elephants that you threw away tripped up phalanx that were coming to get
It's all
you.
part of a cunning plan.
That's the annoying thing about this, is I can already see the press release that you guys will put together in a genius move. I mean, you sent your cavalry in behind them by accident. But it remains, you won. Congratulations.
Marvellous.
Now, let's see
I don't
what our experts think.
I don't want to know.
War is chaos. And today we have truly seen chaos. This was not a general's battle. This was a battle for the captains, for the centurions, and for the individual Roman soldier. It would have been a lot better for everyone concerned had these two generals done absolutely nothing and let the captains and the soldiers get on with it.
We talked a lot about flexibility at the start, about the importance of having reserves, and yet wherever we seemed to look, there was this whole crowd of Romans all cramming into the smallest possible area they could get. First, second, third line, plus the light infantry, all crammed in. Now, you just, at the last minute, would always manage to pull them out and do something clever with them, but it's not the way the Romans are supposed to operate. This is doing it the really hard way.
That's right, but it was the captains who were able to do that. Who sent the elephants crashing through there? If you had not, early on, sent those elephants crashing through the Macedonian right wing, you would not have won.
But she disobeyed orders. Look, if we start going through
She
all of that...
she took the initiative.
I like it.
Let's not even go into that, because I suspect there'll be another battle over the table. Why don't you show us what actually happened, guys?
Absolutely. Hey, Adrian.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, sorry, we go. Right, I shall have to come in here. I'm the Romans approaching. Now, I'm marching in the standard Roman formation, 3 columns. That'll be my front line, that'll be my second, that'll be my third. So as soon as I see the Macedonians, I start wheeling to the right to form this up.
And I, the Macedonian army, have got King Philip commanding the right wing, and I've got one of his best generals, Nicanor.
Hang on. So you got Phil and Nick, basically.
Phil and Nick. I've got Nicanor commanding
Phil and
the
Nick
left
against
wing.
Flamininus.
And I'm not going to stand around and wait for him to get himself sorted out. I'm going to take my great big phalanx and start moving it in against the Roman left.
These guys are at the back of the column. They've got the furthest to go, the least time to do it. So they're disordered, and this lot just thunders down the hill on us, and it's not pretty. But over here, we're formed and they're not. So our front line slams in, and then our cavalry slam in, and then our elephants slam in, and we're happy bunnies. So my right's successful, his left's gone. His right's successful, my left's gone. But he's one big phalanx in a solid line. I'm lots of flexible lines, lots of maniples. So it's now that a tribune whose name is unknown peels 20 maniples off the back, brings them round, and attacks you in the rear.
So just as one captain saves the day for your team, one tribune saves the day for the Roman army.
So, Eric, Adrian, thank you as our experts. And I can't believe I'm even saying this. But unwittingly, it seems it was a spectacular and accurate recreation of exactly what happened on the day, team. I don't know how you did that, but it was superb. Thank you. You have been watching Time Commanders.
After the battle, Philip was forced to sue for peace, and the Macedonian threat to Rome was eliminated for the moment. Cynoscephalae was without doubt a turning point in history. It was a key stage in the inexorable rise of Rome and the decline of the Macedonian kingdom.
And there's more action with the Time Commanders next Sunday on BBC Two at the later time of 7:15.